uh, oh, 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 all the confusion, but
It's fine.
see me, I am a little bit tired. I can say that.
I can imagine. It's been a hard year for everyone, especially for parents who have to juggle kids and work and everything. So you
But
you don't have to apologize at all.
not only. I think that I'm more tired this year at home than when I was in Groningen. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Because maybe because we have more pressure in doing interviews and following and everything, but I feel more tired
Yeah.
than the
I
year.
think I I think now as well, there's just no stopping point because people know that you're working from home, so they expect you to be able to work at any time of day. And I'm sorry that I'm giving you a late night interview.
No, 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 it's not a problem. In Italy, it's not a late night because we have dinner in a couple of hours, so it's not
Okay.
so late like in Belgium. And anyway, even better now because this today my laptop gone wrong crazy and everything, so that's the perfect time for us.
Okay.
So first thing I wanna tell you, I love your Instagram bio
Thank you.
because because it's so cool. I mean, I wasn't thinking uh, talking about a shoegaze band with a Brazil. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I think that's something that kind of sets us apart as a band because we do I think yeah, with shoegaze there's always like that combination of soft vocals and loud guitars, but I think the music that we bring um has even more of a divide in
mhm,
a way.
mhm,
Um and and I think that the reason for that is just because it's very natural. That's just the natural way that I sing. I can't really sing much louder. So and I think yeah, what makes it stand out is it's very genuine. So like I was saying, that's just my natural singing voice, and then also because of our background, musical background, we come from a little bit heavier music scene. So that kind of wall of sound in the guitars is also very natural for us. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it just made sense.
yes, but uh, I mean, normally I hate all the label giving label to every
Hmm.
band, like saying this is pop, this is rock, this. But that was like, okay, it is. It's it's amazing. It's so on point
Yeah.
and
Well, that's good. Thank
genius,
you.
I can say. Well, another thing that I notice in your music that is that obviously from your first EP, your sound become, I can say, more round. Um, I always can't describe that. Basically, in your new record, uh, it's always shoegaze, but the sound is more like an embrace.
Hmm. Yeah. So
How did you develop that?
I think it was also just a natural growth and evolution. So um, yeah, when you listen to Ease, our first EP, it was really a path of discovery. So at the time when we formed as Slow Crush, um, we knew the idea that we wanted to go to work towards, but because it was all very new for us to play in a more indie based band, we had to find out how to do that.
Yeah.
um yeah, so I think as well, if you listen to the songs on ease, they're maybe a little bit more raw. Like there's it's really just us trying to play sort of what what we know, but adapt it towards the more sort of indie shoegaze genre. um and yeah, like you said, there's sort of a step a step of growth towards Aurora, where the sound becomes more complete and more round, like we know what we're doing. um, yeah, and that's just the learning process that we made, playing the songs from ease live and then developing the sound towards the full length of Aurora.
Okay.
um, and as well, I think that has a lot to do as well with the effects we use. So um, the pedal boards have grown a lot as well with every recording we've done. Our guitar player has Yella. He's always been a bit of a gear nerd, collecting lots of different effects pedals. But I think between Ease and Aurora, we really found that sound that we wanted. So that defining fuzz sound that is heard all throughout the Aurora album and will be heard as well on the new album we're about to record. Um, and that was pretty much developed by ourselves. So Yella, our guitar player, he worked together with a friend of ours to build a pedal, a specific pedal to create that fuzz sound. So that's also something that added to our yeah to our sound to make it complete, that we didn't have on the Ease record.
Okay. So basically, you work on music more directly and not in post production. We can say that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there is definitely inspiration can be found in particular effect sounds.
Mm-hmm.
So and vice versa. So depending on yeah, if Yella has a new pedal, then he might be playing around with that and that can spark an idea for a song. Or it could be the other way around, that he has an idea for a song and then has to buy a new pedal. It's always a good excuse, I suppose.
And
um
and
yeah.
by the way, I think that the original, we can say, band in shoegaze approach was like that, because now there are a lot of, how we can call them, darkish band that are spending more time in studio for having more layers on the
Mhm.
music. Instead, shoegaze is more me and my guitar and looking
Yeah.
at my feet.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of layers. There's
Yeah.
a lot of guitar layers, but I think regarding the sound being built in writing the song versus post production, I think that we are still um, in pre-production more focused on that. So it's generally that we have an idea of what we want it to sound like, and we recreate that in the studio with all of the layers that we have, all the effects that we already have, and then post production. Of course, it's always good to have an outsider's view to bring extra ideas, but
Yeah.
usually we already have a very good idea of what we want the record to sound like. So that will be that will be put into fruition next week when we hit the studio. We'll see we'll see how much that balance is between pre and post production.
Anyway,
But yeah.
this year was a good year for working in studio because we didn't have
Yeah.
anything else to do. So being at home and working, mm, for me, writing, for you making music in studio, because I think that still for 6 7 months We
Yeah, I
don't
think,
have a normal situation, a basic situation, let's say that.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that live music, it will slowly probably start up this year, but I think the idea of touring, that will only really be able to begin, I think, towards the end of the year, maybe like the autumn towards winter. But I don't see that as a complete disaster, um, because the festival period will fall before that. So hopefully there'll be enough flexibility for movement, or gathering, to be able to let the festival still continue, but perhaps with a more local lineup.
Yeah,
So maybe that will be a good thing to give a bit more exposure to the local bands, or instead of having a big focus on in European festivals on US bands for traveling. If traveling within Europe is already allowed, then that will probably give an opportunity for people to learn more about the bands that are closer to home, than instead of
exactly.
looking for the US band. So we'll see. We can only hope.
Yes,
But
it
with
will be amazing because basically we will have live music, and we will have local music, and uh, well, you can stay into all the COVID
Mhm.
distance and everything with small festival. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. And then you have the live streams like Eurosonic this year, so that also gives the opportunity to even more people to see it.
Yeah,
But again, it just depends on the organization, if it's something that is well done to spread that news and spread that music. So
yeah. I think
we'll
that the production of Eurosonic is quite, let's say, really mm, precise in everything.
yeah, yeah, and it's already an established
Yeah.
festival, so they know what they're doing.
You went to Groningen, or you play in
No,
Belgium?
we played in Belgium. We played in Brussels, in a venue called the Botanique.
Oh,
Um,
amazing.
yeah, so it was really nice. For me, it's the first time that I've played in that venue, and it's funny sort of walking into the venue. They have little sort of stars or circles on the ground, with the shows that have played there, so the bands that have played there. And I was like pointing out, I had to take a picture and send it to my friend of a show that I went to as a teenager together with my high school friend. I was like, yeah, do you remember? You remember we went here? I'm playing this stage today, and yeah. So it was a little fangirl moment there.
Can imagine. I really can imagine. Wow. I hope to see you in autumn somewhere.
Hopefully, yeah.
Maybe
Whereabouts are you based, Francesca?
I'm in Italy. I live in Parma, that is
Palma. Yeah,
between Milan and Bologna. So
yeah,
every for me, it's very convenient to reaching every kind of concert, even if I have to travel. But I
yeah,
can go to Bologna if there is something interesting. I can go to Milan. I can
yeah.
sleep on some couch of my friend in Milan, something like
Yeah.
that. And I like here. But anyway, I have a lot of friends in the Netherlands, so I I have a to-do list of, about what band I want to see because I discover a lot of Dutch and Belgian bands this year that were
Mhm.
more than the other years. So I can't wait to hear you all.
That's great. And yeah, it's a 15-minute set, so it's not over exhausting to listen to one band in
Yes,
one go.
I want to fall asleep.
Yeah. And hopefully your kids will leave you at peace for the 15 minutes that you're that you're
No, I
watching
think
one band as
so.
well.
I think so because she is already sleeping because she feel a little bit cold or something.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a January is normal.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Lisa. Isa, it
You're
was
welcome. No
everything
problem.
was so confusing, but in the end it was so
We
nice.
made it work. We made it work.
Yeah, totally. Sorry
All right.
again anyway.
No problem. And if you think of any other questions that you forgot to ask, just send an email and I'll answer it that way.
Don't worry. Now
All
I
right.
your email is everything okay.
Okay.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye.